Hi, Xavier down the bottom of the garden. I've had a couple of days break, to be honest. I released that last one about the maples, and funny enough, I was talking with Yeli. I don't want to say it J, but and we were both sort of mentioning that sometimes the desire and the need to get videos up can get in the way of the actual thing that we love doing most, which is actually looking after our bonsais. And then I was also talking to Nigel, and there's something that I've been meaning to do for quite a long time. And that's this quite big Tigerbark Ficus. You might have seen that I did some wiring on it, and I think a very early video you saw me taking wire off, which was like truly interesting. Anyway, I want to completely restyle this. I hate this branch, and I've had it on here for 4 or 5. I think when did I get it? I think I got this in 2016. It was probably one of the first trees I got from Xavier Nurseries, and it was the bottom of the back of the bonsai selection area. And in those days, they had a massive area full of import stuff, all at the low grade level, to be perfectly honest. And that's what a lot of my stuff has been, which is why it's been all fixer-upper stuff. And this one was an absolute goner. Never dealt with ficus before, and it just hung around for a year or two. And then I've slowly worked on it, and I don't know, there might well be pictures coming up at different points, probably in the middle of this actually, or over here, because that might be more interesting. But giving it a spin, it's been wired, and I'm certainly now creating a lot more depth and width to it, which is what I wanted to do. It was very two-dimensional before. These branches have been allowed to grow right out. Did some wiring to try and create some separation and just some nice definition and shape. And to be fair, it's really responded quite well. But there's still an overriding issue with it. It's this branch. I want to change the angle a bit. It leans that way quite a lot, so when I have it inside, I can only have it facing that way, which is at the moment the back of the tree. So today, I've had another little sort of reassurance from Nigel, and he's reassured me that ficus loves being repotted in the middle of summer. I'm going to repot it, and then I'm also at the same time going to just do a little bit of thinning out work on this, but I'm going to make some quite big decisions, and one of the main decisions is going to be to remove this. So I'm going to remove that, and then looking at where I think the new front might be, I love this root base here, but with that gone, then you'd be looking into, where are we now? About there, probably looking into that angle, possibly dropping that branch down a lot further, but also losing some of it, so bringing that down. This one, bringing those across so that we open up a gap in there, and then there's consideration I may even remove this, or I may actually remove that entirely. But the first thing I want to do is get it out of this, and I am going to remove this regardless, so that will be removed first. I'm going to put it into a pot. That's what I'll do with that. So that'll be the first thing I'm going to do. Now, what I haven't decided is whether to put it back into that pot or to go for an interim pot until I can get something I like better. This is more of the sort of what you call the sort of standard pots you pick up. Very, very cheap. A lot deeper than that, but you know, it may well be that I just want a different colour. It can look really washed out with this old China type thing, and I want to go for something different. I'm also thinking about that rock. I've tried to do a root over rock with it. It's a pathetic attempt. I did it a while back, and it may be that there's an opportunity for me to put it a bit deeper, change potting angles a lot. So this could well be an interim pot for now. So I'm going to look at that. Looking at this branch, I think I'm going to take in 2 pieces, because that could be quite an interesting one if it takes. But this top part here might actually be quite good. There's actually 3 branches on this, but I'm not going to be greedy with it. He says, trying to be greedy. Let's just go. Sorry. Here we go. Don't want that. Okay. Let's see. Oops. See how it works. I don't know how much you're supposed to take off, to be honest. Ooh, that might make a good cutting, actually. Truthfully, I'm trying to say I don't want cuttings anymore. What am I doing? Creating more cuttings. I've got no space anyway. So that's one. Just cut it right back. Reduce the moisture losing bits and pieces of this. Make sure we haven't got anything horrible in there that might make it ill anyway. Find myself a pot and just pot it like that. Look at that, that could be really nice. Okay, well that's one. Do I really need another cutting? No, I don't. Be strong. Be strong! Ah. I was gonna... trying to think where I want the root plane to develop on this. Here we go. I can't believe I'm taking this off. It's changed to have a sharp knife. It's not a knife, I know, it's a saw. Oh. Got blades on both sides. I found that out because I've just cut that finger. Amazing. Gosh, quite sharp. Get rid of some of this. Get rid of some of this. That. I'm being greedy, I know I am. So we have that. Again, I'm just gonna that's potentially, it could be quite interesting. Anyway, try and clean up this edge a bit. It's a bit of a button at the moment, but if that heals nicely with that, then I'll slowly next year probably carve it down a bit more. So how does that look with that branch gone? Like it. This has to be the front because I've got this great big branch here. I thought about having this as the front, but this great big branch here with a, getting water out of my hand, with this root coming down, it's the only area root I've got. But I developed this and it's a lovely back branch, so yeah, that's got to be, the front's got to be in here. Right, I really think the next thing to do is to get this out of the pot and have a look. I mean, worst case, if it rains, I can at least get this into a pot and then perhaps do a little bit of just like pruning on it. I don't want to go to town with it. My granddaughter did that for me, little Zeta. Yes, she said it looks just like me. Rocky horror. I know those rocks are just not attached at all. So let's have a look and see what's under there. There's going to be wire. It's definitely wire. Right, let's have a look. I have a funny feeling. Well, there's lots of growth. I know. When the people who know what they're doing, they do the karma really slowly and they just slowly. Truthfully, there's not enough roots there to. You can already tell there's very little solid root mat, which is again another reason why I might go for the rounder, deeper pot. I had to go and get my specially imported Chinese tree remover. B&Q $4.99. I have no doubts that this is going to come out like that. That's not really attached. Yeah, I think this needs to be in a relatively straightforward development pot. Again, these roots have never really done anything because this is an example of when you try to be too clever before you've got a root established. And you know, if you watch Nigel's videos, he'll go on and 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 on about he develops the root base first. before he does anything else. That rock will come in useful for something else. This has got absolutely no root base. And I've been putting off this process for a while because it's not embarrassing, but the truth be told, I put this tree back so far, and the fact that it's growing as it is a testament to just how hardy these things are. But truthfully, the roots are not much better than they were when I first got it. There you go, there's the root on rock bit. And look, there's nothing really of interest there. I've not developed anything at all with this. I don't know why I thought there was going to be a better result. I think just stupid optimism. Could get more upright now. Could actually. That branch could go actually. Do you know what? Maybe this branch is going to go. Shortened at least. There's some fine roots there, but I think it's time to make some decisions about some of these. I don't know, am I going to get rid of this great long? Yes. I so wish I'd done this a long time ago. Okay, so there's roots coming out of that main. Keep that. Got something coming back on, but I want to have some sort of root plane going on under there. That thing there. Do I want to have all that going around? And that's more roots that I take off. Not ready yet. I don't know, I don't think I've got enough roots to warrant taking that one off yet. I mean, I like having this sort of thing with a tree like this. I just know what you would. Right, there we go. If I put that in one of those pots, securing it, I think I'm going to be securing it with the rock method. Look at that potting angle. What we don't want is to create parallel lines. No Blondie albums for this tree. Let's just get some soil in there. It's a mixture of my normal plus a whole lot of sifted pine bark. Again, courtesy of Nigel's recommendation. It's weird how wrong it feels doing repot and root work this time. Bear in mind having just done that monstrosity of the Vesuvian thing. And for all of you, if this isn't the best example of what happens if you haven't sorted your roots out first, then you only end up having to do it at a later stage, and you've just put yourself back ages, because I'm really going to have to go in at this again. I know I am. To be fair, I was expecting the roots to be in a little bit of a better state, goodness knows why. And again, with the root structure that was there, I could explain why it struggled so much with the honeydew and stuff like that. Who knows? Much more upright. Let's get this stuff right in there. I sort of see the front somewhere there. About there. That'd be why I've got the picture there. So the trunk's going away, but you've got lovely broad fair. In there pretty solid. pre-prune. completely different. And although I'm really disappointed with the roots in there, my fault, I can see this is such a completely different prospect now. Look at the lines. The lines, you can see them so much better. Right, trying to water that in. I'll go for the front here. That's the branch I'm really worried about. I'm just going to do a little bit of light thinning out right now. Okay, they're going to be wired out of the way. I still want to move that, you know. If that was gone, mind you, if that was gone, I lose. It's just that's coming from the wrong angle. If I put that way, that might work actually. Grow that way. And then get rid of that. I mean, it's a horrible branch there. Wire on it. Do I just do that now? Okay, let's just try something different then. So we'll get rid of that. Really shorten it right back. It needs wire on it. Right, so let's look at this one. Let's get this right back. Sick leaves. Quite leggy growth there, and this big nobule that I'm wondering whether we're going wholesale on it. Let's go wholesale. I'm glad I didn't remove that. I think I can do something with wire with that. I may end up removing this branch here, but now it's just about shortening back, shortening right back. I'm literally going to go right around it now, and in very Nigel style. No, in very my style. I'm just going to cut it right back. That means there'll be less work on the roots, trying to keep this going, and we'll thin this right in. So this will be hopefully in Xavier Motion. This tree is just totally different. I love it. Absolutely love it. Totally. Oh man. I'm not actually sure that I'm going to wire it today. I think that's too much. I'm actually going to let it, I'm just going to clip it back, and then and I think that's going to be all I'm going to do. I can see where I want to wire, but I just want to see how it responds. Because in the end, if it just throws its roots up and says not in a million years after what you've done to me, then it's just wasted wire. Let's get back to the Xavier Motion. Okay, that's a lot of the lower part. Got to get up here. You know, I may not remove it, but that actually may wire down. Take it all the way down that way. Okay, I've pruned off as much as I'm going to at this point. I'm going to go and have some lunch. I do think I'm going to come out and wire a bit more. I want to just get a few more branches in, give it a spin where we're at now. This could even turn into a part 2. Really, really amazing difference. Amazing. And that, the depth of this container, I really do think is going to sustain the recovery and the well, the development of those roots. So, had a good lunch, and now I just want to do a little bit of that wiring so we can just get a basic shape on that. So, because they're the same, I actually need to wire from down here. And fairly loose, I'm not going that tight on it. And what I've used is just here, there's a little knobble, so it makes it easier to keep the position. Okay. It's not perfect, this is a little bit floppy, but at least now, looking that way, we've definitely got a gap through that we can look. Yeah, okay. So happy with that. And it may be, I'm going to wire this one down, it may be that eventually if I can get this to grow, that'll eventually means that I can take that one off. So again, if I just want So now we've just brought that out a little bit more. And the separation I see in there, it's quite loose, it's not the best wiring. At the moment what I want to do is, while this now grows on, is let it grow just a little bit of, it's probably too long to be honest, but anyway. Not going to do anything in the crown particularly. Now, there's one issue I had, and that's that branch here, where that comes out, we actually remove it. Whether we need that branch, or if that branch goes, how that looks. That branch there, or without. There may be an argument for having the lower one there, but that, got this one here, it's crossing back in front, so that might need to be straightened. I'm also looking at this one because it's at the same level as that. They're both coming the same level. I'm wondering whether that could come down. That might be the move. Bring it down. I'll bring that down and then just have that little one. I might actually take the top off. So bring that down. I need to have something to bring that off. There's another branch I want to play with. Not really. Might take that one down. Okay, so that's taking that down. I'm not happy with this here, the way it... Truthfully, I probably wanted heavier wire to bring that right down. It's interesting though, it gives an up and then a little bit more up there. I don't know. I mean, I don't need to make any decisions. That was the main thing I wanted to do here. I want to bring that away from centre. The truth is, if you look at it, you've got 1, 2, 3 from the same junction. Probably gives us the answer actually. The answer is that one gets removed, in which case don't know if I'm ready to remove it yet. Don't know how much play there is in that actually. Might go down. Nah. Yeah, I think that's going to go, or at least, or maybe that one goes, and that one is wired. I mean, it's not, oh, it is pretty well the same junction. sometimes when you're not sure, you think to yourself, I've done a repot, I've done a fairly heavy prune, I've done a bit of wiring, and this ficus, fingers crossed, is still going to be here next year or later in the year. So I'm going to leave it. That was what I wanted to do. Still a little bit messy there, but I want to leave enough, to be fair, I want to leave enough foliage that it's got the ability to get some sunlight onto those solar panels and get some energy down there. So I'm just going to do one more thing, and then we'll be done. Yeah, so now what we've got here is we've got a tree that's got a future. You know, it's going to be coming out. We've got space and flow of air, and we can see clear definitions, and there's room for it to grow. So it's definitely sustainable. I need to clear out the back a little bit, but yeah, I hope you those people who take the time to watch this will see what's been achieved, and we'll be able to say whether they think the change has worked. But you know, in a sad sort of green little way, I'm very, very excited about the future of this tree. So from Xavier down the bottom of the garden with a whole pile of other stuff to do, cheers.